Hello, I'm Jeremy. I'm going to go through books that I got either for Christmas or from going shopping right after Christmas. All right, there's our thumbnail. I love me a horror book.
I'll do whatever you do, follow you anywhere.
One of the things we tried to do is we tried to hit up Branes and Noble, their 50% off hardback book sale they had, which I didn't really find anything, but I'll go through the books that I got either, like I said, either from Christmas or books that I bought from Branes and Noble recently. I'll start with ones for Christmas. These ones here came up on Amazon, so I'm not sure if you can get them everywhere. I do know that one of them you can get at Branes and Noble or wherever. I'll start with that one, and that was There's Somebody Inside Your House. It's apparently a Netflix film, but yeah, I wish you could take the sticker off. That would have been really nice if they didn't print it on the book. That's really frustrating, but it is what it is. So this book here is called There's Somebody Inside Your House. It is by Stephanie Perkins. I really like the cover of the book. It's like really soft, weird, like matte kind of feeling to it. I've been seeing this book for quite a while on TikTok and on Instagram, or I also have seen like they have displays inside Barnes & Noble when we go to Barnes & Noble. And it is young adult, so it's a young adult horror. So I'll read you a little back cover, because again, I have not read it yet. So it says, it's almost been a year since McKinney Young came to live with her grandmother, and she's still adjusting to the new life in rural Nebraska. Then one by one, the students of her high school begin to die in a series of gruesome murders, each with increasing and grotesque flair. As the body count rises and the terror grows closer, will McKinney survive the killer's twisted plan? When I watch the film after I read the book, maybe I'll know how to say it. So that was the first one. This other one here is kind of like a very obscure type of one. I'm pretty sure they're self-published. Again, they came up with Amazon. I wasn't looking for anything actually. Let me repeat that back. I happened to watch a video, I believe that was on YouTube, and it talked about how some of these authors are making books that are similar to like the old style, like retro-y, like R.L. Stine and those kind of books, and like kind of off of the old 80s horror movies and stuff. So I went and looked one of them up and added it to my wish list for Christmas, and it is in the cover. Ignore the cover. I'm sorry, it's a little grotesque, a little raunchy. So sorry about that. It's The Babysitter Massacre. It's like a whole series of like babysitter books, but they're all like horror themed or whatever. So it's Babysitter Massacre. It's called Daddy's Little Girl by David O. Hanlon. It just sounded really interesting. It sounded like something I just wanted to try it. So it was like. Again, I'm pretty sure that it's self-printed or like self-published, but here we go. A good babysitter is hard to find, especially when they're all dead. Larkin's first night with the Babysitters Club has her filling in for a friend that's blowing off work for a hot date. This simple little lie will have dire consequences that trigger a series of unthinkable events and spurs a killer's need for revenge. With the bodies and suspects stacking up, the girls race to stop the killer, unearth the blood-stained secret behind the lunatic's grisly murders. Can Larkin unmask the Kohler slasher, or will she become another victim of Daddy's little killer? And you can go to babysittermassacre.com. It was just one of those books where it was just so weird, and Rudy even said it when he was buying them. He was like, you have some weird books on there. I'm like, yeah, I picked a lot of ones that were like very independent, like an indie kind of like jump. So those ones I kind of picked. So except for There's Somebody in Our House. Did not follow that one, but like I said, ignore the cover. I'm sorry. That's not your thing. There's other ones that came from Barnes & Noble, and like I said, when we did the 50% off hardback book sale, there was not a lot of books. Either there was a lot of books that they had that I was like, ooh, that sounds interesting, I'll get that. Because I did have, I think, Clown in the Cornfield 2, but my store didn't have it, it was out of it. They did have it at one point because I bought the first one. There was like several other ones. There were books that I was like, yeah, I want to get those, but again, they were just sold out or just not available in our store. So the one I did find was actually called 9 Lives by Peter Swanson. I read one other book of his. I want to say it was The Kind Worth Killing. So it looks kind of like that. If you guys, I don't know, you may have seen that book or read it or whatever. I really enjoyed the book, so that's why I figured if I'm getting this book for $13, like it's not really like I'm putting a ton of money on it, even if it's not the greatest, but it looked like it has some pretty good reviews. Again, I don't know a lot about it, but so 9 strangers receive a list with their names on it in the mail. Nothing else, just a list of names on a single sheet of paper. None of the 9 people know or have ever met the others on the list. They dismiss it as junk mail, a fluke, until very, very bad things happen to the people that are on that list. First, a well-liked old man is drowned on the beach, and then it goes through all like the things that happen. So it just sounds really interesting. And I don't know, again, I don't know much about the book, so there's that one. And then the very last one was not a hardcover, because again, that was the only one I can find that I really wanted. I was looking through the books, found this one, it's called Always the First to Die. It's by R.J. Jacobs. So I'll read you a little synopsis in a second, but they just look really, for one thing, I'm one of those people that judge books by their covers. Does anybody else do that? And because I always I'm like, oh, it's a cool cover. So it was one of those things, that's what drew me to it. I saw the cover, and then I read the description. I was like, I'm gonna give that a try. One movie set, one stranded cast, one person ready to make them all pay. For Lexi, the Pinecrest estate had become a place of horror. The dilapidated manor house in the Florida Keys, once the site of her teenage movie debut, is now haunted by memories. Memories of working as a legendary horror director's most famous film, and of the terrible death that propelled them into their infamy. And ever since Lexi fled the Keys, she has vowed to never return. Until years later, her daughter escapes to the Pinecrest in search of answers right when the Category 4 hurricane hits the southern coast. I seriously can't read right now, I don't know why. Now Lexi is back on the ravaged island with only a few remaining behind, and soon enough her life begins to resemble the plot of the most famous film, and this time she's not sure who will make it out alive. So that would sound interesting. So these are the books that I got. Alright, there's our thumbnail. So maybe go check these out if you're interested. As people know, if you know me, I'm into horror, thriller, suspense books, which is so funny that I'm into horror books, but I hate horror movies. Or I don't hate them, I don't like the suspense part of it all, I guess. But I do like to read or like to watch older horror movies that I've already seen before that are not as scary to me, I guess. I don't know. I love me a horror book. I hope you guys liked what you saw. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Click the little bell notification to get notified every single time I post. Follow me on my social media. Listen down below. But until next time, don't forget to always be you. Bye.